Good morning. I am super excited about today's lesson.
Why is that? What could we be learning that has you so excited?
Well, that's not the spirit. But today, I'm going to teach you the ins and outs of sniping. And more importantly, quickscoping.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, you have my attention.
Pinguino, we know you're retired, but Alpha Team is trapped and we need someone to go in there and take out the enemy from a distance. And we know only one person capable of taking the shot, and that's you.
Sorry, class. I'll be right back. This will only take a minute. Alpha Niner, night vision hot.
All right, follow me.
Let's go get us some tangos, Toast. You know where you're going?
Of course. Now quiet. This isn't the right way.
Damn it, Toasty. I asked if... Never mind.
Hey, it's this way.
Hey, over here. Turn around.
Sorry, you saved him, Pinguino. Thank you, bro.
No problem, anytime. But I got a class I gotta teach, so I gotta go.
What? You're not going to help extract?
Nah, you guys got this. I'm out.
That was my ride.
I'm back. Now where were we? Oh yeah, how to quickscope.
Are we just not gonna talk about that? What just happened?
I'm sorry, but that is classified.
No, for real, what
I
happened?
said classified. So, how many of you have been quickscoped? Makes sense. A lot of people snipe. And I'm sure it angered you every time because you started shooting first and then right before they're about to die, you get dropped by a sniper shot. We've all been there. But since Modern Warfare 2, I have mainly been on the end of doing the sniping. So, there is a lot I can share with you.
I've always wanted to learn how to quickscope. I've watched you do it, but I just die. I'm so confused.
Well, I'm here to clear that up for you. So when you're quickscoping, there are a couple different scope variations for you to choose from. We have the normal centered quickscope / black scope, the drag scope, and of course, the no scope. A centered quickscope is exactly what you would think. You center the person on your crosshairs and ADS. When you see the cross of that sniper reticle hit the center of them, you shoot. A black scope is pretty much the same exact thing, except you're shooting a little bit before you're fully scoped in. Here, you're looking for that split second where you have that first shot accuracy before you're fully scoped. Then we have the drag scope, where you ADS and the person is not directly on your reticle, so you need to drag that scope over to the person. And a no scope is obviously a no scope. Is everyone with me so far?
Easy.
Piece of cake.
Good. Now part 2, shot variations, which you will use one of those scope variations we just went over with one or two of these to get the kill. So what I mean by this is there are mainly 4 different types of shots. We have the standing still shot, the mid-air shot, the as you're landing shot, and the slide shot.
Okay, you lost me. Can we rewind? You gotta use one thingamabob with the second, what is it, just to get a kill?
Now that's funny. Just watch this and listen. When you are sniping, sometimes you need to drag it, or quickscope, or you just want to have fun and go for that I don't need a scope shot. You can't always just stand there and quickscope. You will need to do a mixture of jumping and sliding and moving while using all shot variations. Sometimes you might be able to just stand there, and other times you might need to jump and drag that scope because the enemy moved and the reticle wasn't on them. So, drag that bitch to their body and ensure that kill. Here, I do a mixture and it helped me earn my kill streaks.
But why drag a scope? I don't get it. Just recenter him.
Because, Tot, in order to do that, I would need to stop the ADSing animation, recenter, and then start it again, and I'd be dead by then. Unless you really work on your hip fire crosshair placement, most of your shots are going to be drag scopes. And even then, you can't control weird movements that people do.
That makes sense. I forgot how long it takes to ADS with a sniper.
Thanks for reminding me before I continue. Class setup. Right now, I like to use 2 different sniping classes when I'm sniping and quickscoping. The first gun I got gold was the AX50. That thing is a beast once you do the grind and get all these attachments. What you want to do here is maximize the amount of ADS speed you have on your sniper by adding the right attachments. And this goes for my Car 98 class as well.
But you're not using the tac laser. Wouldn't that help with your ADS speed more?
Well, I have tried it, and to start out quickscoping, you definitely should use it, because that will give you a little bit more of an advantage to win that gunfight with the extra ADS speed. But I don't like it for the fact that it's really bright, and you can see it from pretty far away. And right here, the reason I killed this guy is because when I turned that corner, I already saw his tac laser and knew exactly where to aim.
Makes sense, Professor. I guess I'll just use it to get used to the idea of, what was that? Whatever they call it.
Hardy har har. Quickscoping. No. So, back on topic. Where was I? Oh, shot variations. So I talked about the different scope variations and an instance where you would normal quickscope or a drag scope. So all of these scope variations can be done with a shot variation that I talked about. Standing still and sniping will net you the most accuracy, but that's not always viable.
So what should we do?
Well, that's why I gave you some other options. The thing I do the most is jump, meaning I will mainly be using the mid-air shot and the landing shot, which those will both manipulate the scope different than if you were just standing still. So I jump a lot when I snipe because it will take their aim off of my head and onto my chest, or from my chest onto my legs. But keep in mind, when you hit the height of your jump, the scope is going to be a little bit off. So you want to shoot when that scope levels out, which happens to be when your character starts to drop. The reticle will also be a tiny bit off, so whatever you want to hit, put it a little bit below that T, and you're going to hit them. Last thing, when you're trying to hit a jump snipe over a box, you will hit way more shots if you are scoped in when you jump, instead of trying to jump and quickscope midair.
Oh, well, that would be why my shots aren't hitting. I honestly didn't think for a second the scope reticle and the movement of your body would really change that.
I know that was a lot of information, but I think that jumping and sniping is one of the best ways to win an engagement, because people are not prepared for a sniper to just jump into the sky. Plus, like I said, you can use this technique to shoot over walls, fences, boxes, all sorts of stuff.
I think I got it. I'm still following.
Now to the last type of shot, the slide shot. This is pretty self-explanatory. This is when you use the slide mechanic as your movement and snipe. I also do this a lot because the scope is pretty steady as you're sliding and doesn't move around much like the jump shot does. I got hit markers on that guy.
Those all sound pretty easy to learn.
Exactly. Sniping and quickscoping, it's all about practice and learning from your mistakes. If you're jump shotting people and you seem to be missing, next time, take a look at exactly what you're shooting or record yourself. You might be shooting just a hair too fast or too slow, and that tiny amount of time is the difference between hitting that shot and missing.
Okay, so why do you snipe all the time if you have to do all of these things?
Well, for one, I have mainly been a sniper since COD 4, and I just love it. But whether you realize it or not, you do all these same mechanics when you use automatic weapons. This is just different because you need to be more aware of your positioning and cover because you have to make that one shot count. Plus, nothing is more satisfying than quickscoping a whole team.
I mean, you're right. It is super satisfying when you just snipe someone and they're dead.
So, putting everything together. Sometimes you'll be able to just stand there and quickscope someone, and sometimes you may need to jump over a car hood or a box, and because your reticle is a little bit off, you gotta drag scope. Or some Jagama rushes you and you need to try and pull off that no scope because you don't have time for anything else. All of these things need to be taken into account in a situation, and practicing these techniques will greatly increase your chances of winning a CQC situation with a sniper rifle. I can't tell you how many times I have just demolished someone at close range because most snipers are a one-shot kill, and that is the reason I find it so satisfying. Someone comes around a corner and as they start to shoot me, I quickscope them and I win. Ooh, the sweet, sweet quickscope.
Are there any other tips? Seems like you've covered everything.
Actually, there is. As a sniper, you need to be aware of flinch when shot. There is a perk to help reduce that, but I think sleight of hand is a better one. When you get shot, your aim will shoot up just like when you're using an automatic. You can use this to your advantage by, if you know you're going to get hit, aim a little bit lower so when you get hit, it shoots up and you get that neck/headshot. I use it all the time.
Wow. I literally never thought of that. Using the flinch of being shot to hit a headshot or upper body shot? Smart.
Like I said, if you practice these and you're able to hit them consistently, you will be a sniping force to be reckoned with. Then you can really snipe in any COD game. You'll often see that I use my favorite combo for quickscoping, the slide jump quickscope. I find this is the most efficient sniper shot when you can slide in a Call of Duty game. Because when you're sliding, they aim down so they can hit you, and then you jump, so they end up shooting you in the legs, and while they're readjusting, you snipe them in the face.
I actually learned quite a bit about sniping today. I'll try this whole quickscoping thing.
Me too.
Well, just remember that in the beginning, you are going to die a lot because it's a new thing and you're learning. Just don't give up. It's definitely worth it. Trust me. Before I go into multiplayer, I always warm up with a 1v5 bot fight on a small map to work on my mobility and the quick targeting. Well, that's all I got for today, class. Like always, I'll upload this online tonight. Now go out there with these tips and snap some people in the face. Just make sure that you have some comebacks for when everyone's watching the final kill and everyone's talking shit about you sniping them. You Earthlings are absolutely amazing. And if you enjoyed that video, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe. Also, hit the bell so that you get notified when a new video is released. Use that comment section down below to tell me if you quickscope, how long you've been doing it in COD games, and what your favorite setup is. I would love to hear. Also, down in the description, you'll see a link to our new Discord. Go ahead and join that if you ever think about asking some questions about Call of Duty, or you're just looking for a squad to play with. It's growing, and we would love to have you. Like always, it's been your professor, Penguino.